On this channel, we've discussed hated attacks, overpowered attacks, and toxic attacks. But today I wanted to discuss an attack so hated by the Mortal Kombat community that NetherRealm straight up removed it from the sequel. And that move is of course Sub-Zero's Ice Clone, an attack that's been around since some of the earliest games, and it's why I consider Sub-Zero the Ryu of Mortal Kombat, because this man controls space. And depending on which game we're playing, the Ice Clone is either okay or absurdly good, and in Mortal Kombat X, I think the Ice Clone was at its strongest. But okay, what can this clone do? Well, for starters, it controls space. When I place this bad boy down, you have to find some way to get around him, so I hope your character has a teleport. But even if your character does have a teleport, still be careful, because Sub-Zero can just walk in front of his Ice Clone, and guess what? Boom, you're frozen. Yeah, if you touch this thing, you're frozen. In fact, he can even throw you into it in this game and get a full combo. And that becomes absurdly strong in the corner, but we're going to talk about that a bit later. Right now, we're still talking about space control, because Sub-Zero can activate this thing right in front of your face, which means if you jump at him, it can actually be an anti-air. And if you don't believe me, just check this out. I'm going to tell Reptile to do a jumping punch, alright? A simple overhead. And now I'm going to react to the jump and make my clone. And boom, he's frozen. I can run in, get a full combo, yada yada yada. Now doing this clone on reaction is not the easiest thing, but it was possible. However, Sub-Zero typically did it in advance because he knew you were going to jump, and because he backdashes when creating the clone, it makes it that much better of an anti-air. So already that's pretty good, but get this, the clone can also absorb a projectile in this game. Yeah, it's ridiculous. On top of stopping your opponent from moving forward, it also negates a projectile too. And that's a big deal because if the opponent wants to throw their own projectile, guess what? I can just do my own, and now they're completely frozen for a full combo, and I didn't even get hit, which means I have plenty of time to move in and capitalize on the freeze. Having the clone eat this projectile is way better than just simple trading, because if I don't have stamina to run in, then maybe I can't close the gap in time, especially not from full screen. However, thanks to the clone, I recover much sooner because I wasn't hit. So yeah, it's godlike for projectile exchanges. In fact, for whatever reason, the clone itself can be a projectile. I don't know why they put this in the game. I think it was completely unnecessary, but hey, it does some really good damage, and due to its arc, it's actually really hard to jump over, so it's kind of a weird air projectile. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna tell Reptile to like jump like this, and I'm gonna see if I can hit him with the clone. I bet I can most of the time. Yeah, look at that, it hits really high, so jumping this thing was really, really difficult. I'm gonna try and throw it at the peak of his arc. Ah, there you go. So if Reptile's as high as possible, then I can't hit him with this thing. But outside of that, this clone can hit him. And in fact, if he's closer, then it's guaranteed to hit him. Because again, the arc is just so good on this thing. Check it out. So summon the clone. Yeah, that was the highest part of his jump, and it still got him. So up close, this thing is a don't jump projectile. Once again, I don't think that Sub-Zero needed this. I think the Ice Clone was already extremely godlike. But hey, it's just one more thing that makes this move absurd in this game. And in case you're wondering what the meter burn does, it just stays on screen for a little bit longer. And I think that's it. But let me know in the comments section if it does anything outside of that, because now it's time to talk about something truly unique about the Ice Clone in this game that it's never been able to do in any past Mortal Kombat, and that's shattering it. This does a remarkably high amount of damage for a single hit, 12%. And then on top of that, I do believe the block damage is also pretty high, but let me go ahead and see. So Reptile's gonna block here. Let's check out the damage. Yeah, 2.5%, almost 3%. That's a big deal. That's more block damage than a typical attack string. And that can be a big deal if the opponent's low on life and you just want to finish them off, because you set up the clone and they think the detonation is coming, they jump, boom, anti-air, and then get a combo, kill them that way. Now just like the throw mix-up, the detonation becomes even more powerful in the corner, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. And of course you can also meter burn the detonation, but you don't get anything extra off of it, because the main point of the meter burn detonation is to launch the opponent for combos. It doesn't make the Ice Clone explosion any better from what I've tested. The damage on block is the same, the damage on hit is the same, so it's not great for the Ice Clone. And sadly, this clone did lose something amazing from the previous game. You can no longer do it in the air, and that was always possible in the classic games. You could do a back jump and then make the clone, and it was right in the middle of the screen, which meant the opponent couldn't jump over it and they couldn't walk under it either. It was a menace. And then on top of that, the Ice Clone would copy the animation of whatever your previous attack was. So if you did this move, for example, and did the clone, then you would create a clone with that kick pose, and it was awesome, because this made it so much harder for your opponent to escape the corner, and it also made the clone just more creative in general, because keep in mind, it's the pro players that figured this out. I don't think it was intentional for it to be this strong, but the pros just figured out, hey, if I do this string and then the clone, it becomes a much bigger clone. It's way harder to jump over. And I definitely missed that. In MKX, it's always the same pose, no matter what string you do before activating it, which is a real shame, because I really missed the creativity it had in MK9, but I still think this is the best the clone's ever been, and once we move to the corner, you'll understand why. Okay, so once Sub-Zero had you cornered, he was going to end the combo with forward 1-2. And as you can see, the opponent is knocked flat on their back and they can't get up for a while, which means you can summon a clone. And look at that, they're face to face with your clone, and if they touch this, they will get frozen. And that is where the mind games begin. For starters, Sub-Zero has a low, and if you have the clone activated, you can detonate for a full combo. And the reason you want to detonate and not go for the ice ball is because you get way more damage. The ice ball will always reduce the overall damage of the combo, and that's not the case for the clone detonation. And even though the game doesn't let you summon clones back to back, as long as your combo is long enough, the cooldown will reset and you can summon a second clone after the forward 1-2 to end your next combo. Or in other words, Sub-Zero could start a combo, end like this, summon a clone, and then do the whole thing over again. Get a combo, end with this string, back up, and then summon a clone all over again. And you might be thinking, well, I'll just block low then, because I don't want to get comboed, so I'll just crouch. Guess what? Sub-Zero's overhead is his best combo starter. It leads to the most damaging combos that he has. So yeah, crouching is a really bad idea. And in fact, because the ice clone is right there, guess what? You get comboed for free. He doesn't even have to do a second back two. So yeah, not a good idea to crouch. And so you might be thinking, well, I'll just jump forward then. I don't want to deal with the 50-50s, I'm out of here. But remember, he recovered before you did. The clone is summoned. He can jump straight up and knock you out of the sky for trying to leave the corner. Or in summary, jumping wasn't the best idea. It could work in theory if the opponent's just not expecting it, but if they are and their reactions are good, the neutral jump punch is going to beat your jump out every single time. And that's why, honestly, your best way out of the corner was an armored attack, because it would break the clone and still hit Sub-Zero, because the clone can only take one hit, so an armored attack could be a really good option. However, keep in mind that most armored attacks are unsafe in this game, so if the Sub-Zero player saw it coming, he could just block it and then punish you for a full combo, and now you're back in the corner, you're gonna get a hard knockdown, and here comes the clone shenanigans all over again. However, of course the Sub-Zero player has to predict the armored wake up. If he guesses wrong and doesn't see it coming, then you will escape the corner, but even then, you still need 1 bar of meter to do an armored attack, so if you're out of meter, then you're out of luck, and you just have to hope you have the best defense in the world. But then we have the final mix-up, the throw. Yeah, Sub-Zero can do an unblockable into the ice clone, and he gets up in time for a full combo, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now thankfully, from what I've tested, if you break the throw, then you do not get frozen, so that's at least one good thing. Some characters can combo you even if you break the throw, like Predator and Raiden. They have crazy options like that. Thankfully, Sub-Zero's clone is a bit more forgiving than that. If you expect the throw, then you're not going to get comboed. But keep in mind that this unblockable setup still worked on a majority of players, even at the pro level, because it's not just the throw you're watching out for, it's also the lows and the overheads. If you guessed wrong in that rock, paper, scissors situation, you were going to eat a lot of damage, almost always around 30%, and if the low caught you, I think it was the most damaging and did around 40 and 50% damage, which is absolutely insane for a mix-up this strong. So yeah, in this variation, Sub-Zero's main idea was to core you, summon the clone, and then go for the most unfair mix-up in the game, because there's 3 different ways to guess wrong, and if you do, you're gonna lose a third of your life, and then he gets to do it all over again. You're not even free after you guess wrong. He can just do the same clone setup over again. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think NetherRealm did the right thing by removing this move, or are you like me and you think the ice clone is iconic and extremely creative and just needs to be nerfed a little bit because it's a core part of Sub-Zero's character? And I better not catch anybody in the comment section calling this move the ice clone. This is not the ice clone. It is crappy by comparison. Just in case you don't play Mortal Kombat 11, this is the Arctic Trap, and it is the replacement for the ice clone, but it's not the ice clone, and let me explain why. For starters, this move be really slow, 41 frames on startup. You cannot do that on reaction to somebody's jump in. And to make matters worse, if you hit Sub-Zero, this thing just goes away, so it's not even good for controlling space. Look at that, she can do a neutral jump punch and get over my trap. But how about projectiles? Does it at least stop them like the ice clone? Nope, no it doesn't. Projectiles pass right through this thing. It is useless against zoning. You cannot use this thing for projectile exchanges. And of course, you also can't throw it, you can't shatter it, detonate it, none of that stuff. He just stands there like a weird roommate. And then perhaps worst of all, for the final nail in the coffin, you can't even throw the enemy into this thing. That is so lame. The unblockable setup is completely gone and ruined. And look, maybe you think that would make it too strong, but I'm just saying, it's not the ice clone. It can't do anything the ice clone can do. I think the only cool thing this guy can do that the ice clone can also do is you can throw the opponent into it after a meter burn slide, which which is cool. You get a combo, and that's very nice. However, outside of that, this move is garbage. If you want to say it's decent for Mortal Kombat 11, that's completely fine, and you can argue that, but don't call it the Ice Clone. It's not the Ice Clone. It's slow, it can't do much of anything, and you can barely do any setups into it. This move is trash by comparison to the Ice Clone. Once again, tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and also leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.
Bring the rats back. I heard y'all, and I brought them back. I'm not gonna do them every video. Oh, hey, Shao Kahn, the fuck you, nigga. Hey, fuck Outworld, nigga. It's never round, bitch. You know what the fuck going on? Hey, Shao Kahn, I put your bitch too and your daughter. Here, Katana bad as shit. Fuck you talking about? She used the fans on me, boy. Yeah. Hey, Quan Chi, you bald-headed bitch. Nigga wanna be Kratos, don't he? And don't get me started on Sub-Zero, nigga. Killed my whole clan. Nigga, you a bitch too, nigga. Fake Itachi. Hey, nigga, you wanna kill the whole clan? Hey, these bars is for y'all, nigga.
What you need is the one thing I talked in my book, which is straight up, brutal work ethic. You have to be willing to outwork everybody.
Man, I be doing that shit. Man, fuck all that, man. I do all that. Sub-Zero, you a bitch, nigga. Shao Kahn, you a bitch, nigga. Man, I ain't worried about none of these niggas. I tell them, yo, Sub-Zero really pussy. Ain't no morals in this bitch. Ain't no fighting for the glory. Y'all some mortals in this shit. I got the arms on top of arms. I'm really Goro with this clip. And I brought that tech in. I'm Eddie Gordo with the kick. Man, these niggas really bitch under this mask. I could smell it on them. If they had the chance, they master splinter how they telling on them. My niggas really mean the fucking world. I know it's jail upon them. We formed an eternal bond. There ain't no bailing on them. Needed patience, had to wait because this bag on me. I gotta get it, ain't no way. I'm going gas on E. Plus the money coming in, my family count on me. Like I hit a pop up and watch an ad on screen. Yeah, that money coming, it's going. Yeah, they say they hold it down, but then they started turning on me. All this heat came off the top, I know you see it burning on me. Try me and I roll with the cougar, how I burn the 40. Nigga. Hey man, fuck these niggas, man. Hey, Sub-Zero, when I see you, I'ma smack the shit out you, nigga. Hey, Shao Kahn, I fucked your bitch. Katana got them fans, cause she my fan. What you talking about? Cut the strap!
Alright, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. You know your boy Sin like to drop them polls on y'all. First and foremost, yo, Happy New Year's, man. Hey, I brought the raps back. I see some of y'all be like, yo, Sin, bring the raps back. Bring the raps back. I heard y'all, and I brought them back. I'm not gonna do them every video, unless niggas want me to, but yeah, a lot of y'all don't like the raps. But most of y'all do like them, so you feel me? I had to bring them back for y'all, you feel me? But anyways, I dropped the poll and I asked y'all what y'all wanted next, and the resounding votes are Scorpion. So we about to talk about one of the most black Air Force I have ever seen in my goddamn life. But I was thinking to myself, how are we gonna cover this nigga? And then it hit Mortal Kombat Legacies, bro. This nigga Scorpion was a menace to Scorpion's Revenge. So the movie starts off, Scorpion got his son with him. I don't know if that nigga's a good dad, but I would imagine he is, or if this nigga just didn't want to pay child support. But either way, he had his son with him. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. Looking at Scorpion and looking at his son, then looking at Scorpion and looking at his son, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, this nigga son look like a bitch a little bit. I'm just saying. Like, how your dad Scorpion and you out here watching Scorpion just shit? Like, you literally looking at bugs. Like, I get it, they were trying to play on the fact that it's a scorpion and a scorpion. But is you a bug catcher? Bro, this nigga would definitely have a Butterfree if he was in Pokemon. I'm just saying, bro. This nigga watching a scorpion beat ants up and shit. But anyway, they were headed home, and something seemed off. There was a mysterious vibe in the air. Wait a minute, that's just me, I farted. But anyway, something seemed off to this. And then out of nowhere, these dumbass Lin Kuei jump out and try to attack the Scorpion. Bro, when I tell you he punished these niggas, bro, he beat the fuck out of these niggas 7 days from Sunday. The first that came out with kunais, this nigga looking like a fake ass Naruto character. First off, hold on. New year, I told y'all I was gonna switch things up. Something else y'all been asking me to bring back, the roasting. Bro, bring this Link Quaid motherfucker to the front stage, please. Hey, come here. Boy, if you don't get your fake ass Naruto character out of here, a fake side character looking at it, I'm really on you though. But I ain't gonna lie though, I can't roast you too much because your motherfucker fit kind of fine. Fake ass Ninja Storm Power Ranger looking at it. Bro, if you don't get your action figure built ass the fuck out of it. All right, my fault. But yo, he punished these out of these niggas, bro. I gotta come all the way clean, bro. These niggas came with the kunai. He blocked it with a goddamn lid. Bro grabbed the lid to like a wicker basket, grabbed it, twisted it. He said, bop it to start. Twist it. Then used the kunais and cut this nigga's head clean off. Oh, this nigga's different. Stabbed him in the head, bro, on some damn fatality type shit. Bro, the thing I like about these movies is every time they do one of them like super cool ass moves where they like puncture your sternum or break a rib or something. These niggas get a whole goddamn action scene of them breaking some sort of bone or something. Is this a video game? So at this point, this nigga ran off with his son. He dipped off on these. I am not gonna lie, bro. Look at the way this nigga hitting burners on him. This nigga is a parkour champion. He was hitting all types of flips getting home. Then he walks in, bro, and sees that his whole clan is shredded. Bro, this is a scene fresh out of Naruto, bro. This is what happened when Itachi slaughtered his whole clan to save Sasuke. Now, I know in the beginning, I made a joke about Sasuke killing his clan. I don't know why the fuck I said that, but thankfully I have an editor that will change it from Sasuke to Itachi. So I want you to do me a favor, editor. I'm gonna say the word Itachi. And I want you to take the Sasuke out and put Itachi as I say it in the beginning of the video. So it's like these niggas is watching the past from the future, but it was the past. So when they hear Itachi in the beginning, it really was me saying Itachi right now. Nigga, I'm confused, but here goes nothing. Itachi. That's gonna be really funny when you get here and realize what happened back then. I'm just saying. But anyways, moving on. After he sees his whole clan annihilated, he goes to find out what happened to his wife because his wife is not there. He's running in the building screaming her name out. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not remember what this wife name, but shout out to my dad. She was in there like, LaQuisha, hey, you in here, LaQuisha? Hey, LaQuisha, no, you in here. Bro, he looking everywhere for him, and then his son looks and says, Dad, did you know you can save 50% by switching the guy? All right, my fault. But his wife is dead on the ground. God damn. She was kind of bad too. I know that type. I don't know what he's more mad about. The fact that his wife is dead and he loves her, or the fact that he ain't getting no more of that premium cooch. Either way, that is not happy. So he started spazzing out, bro. Oh my God. At the time, I was watching this video on 2x speed because I've already seen this movie twice and I was just rewatching it to make notes. I don't advise doing that, nigga. Slow the damn video down. He was punishing these niggas. Bro, he was playing Fruit Ninja with these niggas, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He was cutting and dicing everybody. The first dude runs in. Weave, cuts his head. Then he had these like hooks, started using hooks on these niggas like this nigga knew what he did last summer. He was Mickey, slicing everybody up. Then he pulled swords out of nowhere, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? You get these swords from? I didn't even see him have swords on him. Oh, this nigga think he's Zoro, don't he? Slice this nigga head. He run off. He run out in the hallway. Slice him. Three niggas try to run. He chased them down like a white cop. Yo, I am not gonna lie. Had them down the hallway begging for their goddamn wife, bro. Cut they whole heads off, bro. When I tell you he had all types of fatality moves on these niggas, son. But after he punishes everybody in this building, he walks outside. And then this nigga Sub-Zero's there. And he's got this nigga son. Now, normally I would tell you what Sub-Zero said. But you know I gotta hit you with the goddamn hood translation. That nigga Sub-Zero said, yo, gang, hey, all that, man. Hey, it's your boy Sub-Zero coming straight out of the 63rd Earth Realm. You know what the fuck going on. Hey, first off, Shao Kahn, fuck Shang Tsung too. You know what it is, big Earth Realm. Stop playing with me. Hey, all hail Shinnok. Y'all don't understand why I said all hail Shinnok right now, but y'all gonna understand later. You feel me? I'm breaking the fourth wall? All right, my fault. But yo, Scorpion, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You a bitch. If you move at all, I'm gonna kill your son. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, your son don't even need to be on Earth anyway. It's definitely a bitch. Look at this nigga, bro. Editor, I'm breaking the full wall game. My fault. Yo, zoom in on this son, bro. This dusty, musty ass nigga. Look at this nigga, bro. Bro got this stupid ass gray suit on. Look at this big ass belt he got on. What the fuck is that made out of? That's the same kind of ropes they use to tie up horses, ain't it? Nigga wanted to be Dobro rope so bad, fake ass. I'm really on this nigga, bro. Fake ponytail looking at that, fake Steven Seagal hair having that. Then I'm really on you. Gymnastics fit looking at it. Lord, like you about to do yoga in that fit. Hey, bring us son. Hey, son. Deep V in your shirt, ain't it? Like the birds flying home south for the winter on your boy. We got that goddamn white V-neck on it. Then they got this dumbass headband on it. What brand is that? Nigga ain't got no brand on that. Fake ass clothes looking at it. Nigga, what they make that day? They make you fit in the sweatshop. Nigga, like you make Air Force Ones. Nigga, like you make Apple iPhone part. What you talking about? I'm really on you. Yo, but my fault. Yeah, I'm gonna kill your son anyway, bitch ass. And then this nigga killed his son. Bro, he smoked this nigga's son right in front of him. Then walked up. Yo, he said, he's breaking out of the ice shit. He's like, I'm gonna kill you for this. And that Sub-Zero looked him dead in his face and said, you first. And then stabbed this nigga through his head with an icicle. Oh my God. What the fuck is that? Bro, this nigga stabbed him in the head with a glacier. All right, moving on though. We get a little bit of exposition. Not exposition. What the fuck? I'm not an author. I'm using words. I don't even know what they mean. It's using the wrong word shit. Anyway, so we got Liu Kang versus Raiden real quick. Now, you know, my man Raiden was just testing Liu Kang's skills out real quick, making sure he was on his P's and Q's. But my man Liu Kang was really doing this thing. Yo, Raiden came in, turned this man's whole light off. Now, you know they ain't got electricity in no temple. So he had candlelight, bro. This nigga was sitting in the middle with candle. What was you about to summon something? This nigga about to summon a demon or something? What's going on with this nigga, bro? But after Raiden get the boxing this man up fast as shit, because I mean he has lightning. Liu Kang got this cool ability where he can kind of like calm his heart rate down and his senses are heightened expeditiously. Nigga, what the f? Did I use expedite? No, that's like fast. What kind of weird ass adjectives am I using, bro? Somebody please donate some money to me in the comment section so I can get a thesaurus. What the fuck is going on? That shit was trash. All right, hold on. I need a new adjective. Think. Brain black. All right. This nigga's senses are extremely enhanced. Yo, I'm nice with it. Extremely? All right, that was trash. All right, anyways, this nigga get the fighting back. I ain't gonna lie, he fighting that god and shit. Yo, this nigga start beating Raiden up a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. So Raiden, you know, he give him his flowers and all that, but he tell him it's time, that Mortal Kombat is here. They've been training this whole time, but before I go, I'm sorry. You know. My name Liu Kang, I'ma spare him. That's my guy, that's my goat. But Raiden, no, bring your fake ass elder god ass here, boy. Cause what kind of dumb ass fit do you have on? Raiden, if you don't get your Shaolin Temple fake master looking at, bro, and then you think you like it, bro, I think you nailed on it. I'm really on you. Bro out here looking like the White Ranger in the Ooze movie. What you talking about? I'm really on this nigga. What you talking about? This man, Raiden, is dressed like a beekeeper, and then he got this fat ass Lotad hat on. Bro, are you a lumbre? This man think he Luffy, don't he got this dumb ass straw hat on, don't you? Raiden, you got your whole fit off of Canal Street, but the one in Asia. What you talking about? All right, my fault. But I ain't gonna lie, yo, this nigga Liu Kang is nice though. Then we meet Johnny Cage, and this nigga is broke. First off, how you an actor and you ain't got no money? Look at your nasty ass house. I ain't gonna lie, when the camera zoomed in your crib, you did have a shorty coming out. So I'm gonna let you slide, but you already know your crib is messed up. Yo, welcome to MTV Cribs. Today we have Johnny Cage. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Johnny Cage, man. Hey, you might have seen me in a couple movies like Attack on Japan 1, Attack on Japan 2, or that one cameo I made in Creed 2 where I was his boxing coach. You feel me? Hey, but shout out to y'all. This is my crib. When you first walk in, you gonna see some moldy pizza crust on the table and don't worry about that though. You asking too many questions. Right there, you see all my posters, accolades, and all that on the wall. Got my couch here. It's a little dusty. It's some breadcrumbs on it, but don't trip. Now over there is the kitchen area. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We're not gonna go in there because it smells a little bit. My roommate that used to live here, he was weird as shit. He was into that voodoo stuff, so we got some strange ass jars in there. You feel me? But that's besides the point. Right here, we got the view and all that, but you know, that's really my crib for real. Hey, you ain't gotta leave, but you gotta get the fuck out of here. Then after we meet Johnny Cage, we meet Sonya Blade. Now we see Sonya Blade fighting some big ass white dude who's clearly racist or misogynist or transphobic, homophobic. He just look like a bunch of shit. I ain't gonna lie, this dude look like he up to no good. I ain't gonna hold you. Yo, that nigga channel his inner Chris Brown. I ain't gonna lie. I woke up in Chris Brown's body. Like, this nigga was going crazy. Yo, he smacked the shit out of her, bro. Said this isn't a place for a little girl, which instantly kicked in some misogynist flashbacks for her, bro. She started beating shit out of this big ass dude, bro. I am not gonna lie, bro. He'll kick this nigga dead in his face. Yo, why does his face look like that, bro? It looked like this nigga face was a T-bone steak and then somebody he did a praise dance in it, bro. He was stomping on this nigga shit crazily. Crazily? What the fuck, bro? What the fuck am I saying? Anyways, moving on. So we're back to Scorpion finally, and this nigga wakes up in NetherRealm, bro. Surrounded by a bunch of demons and shit. Instantly, this nigga start torturing him. I don't know if this is just something that happens or if it's like just the hell cliche, but he woke up, he's chained up, and he's talking to the demon. This demon was talking heavy to him. He was like, yo, how long I gotta stay here? He said, how long? Bitch ass, this is forever. And you hear all these niggas screaming in here? Right over there, we got Hitler, you know what I'm saying? Over there, we got Gandhi, you know what I mean? Over there in the corner, we got Superman. Don't ask why he's down here. Some weird happened with Lois Lane, some laser beams. He killed the Joker. I don't know. It was confusing. Over there, we have Donald Trump. Now, I know this is, you know, an animated movie, but he's definitely going to be here in the future. So be on the lookout for that motherfucker. That nigga been grabbing pussy since 1995. But anyways, now we got your bitch ass in here. So as soon as he does this, he walks up to him, bro, and he starts to like mumble into himself. And the demon was basically saying, ain't no God gonna save you. Then that nigga looked him dead in the face and said, I don't need no God. And then bit this nigga's ear off. Oh my God. Is this nigga Mike Tyson, bro? What the fuck? This demon, yo, editor, put a Vander Holyfield's face on this nigga. Yo, get out of here. So he escapes after this, bro, and then he ends up fighting thousands of demons, bro. They're like, there's thousands of us, and only one of you, dumbass. And then he kills him, and he goes, -1, and starts working them, bro. He was punishing these niggas so bad, they all screened it. Bro, you know that you're a fucking bum when you get all screened in a movie. That shit's out of pocket, bro. All the budget and the animation they put into this, and none of y'all were worth a single penny, bro. He beat the hell out of y'all. So after he takes the last head of the last dude he smoked, he gives it to Quan Chi, and he asks for Shinnok, but Shinnok is gone. So Quan Chi is in control of the NetherRealm until Shinnok comes back, and he tries to fight Quan Chi and gets punished, bro. How you gonna fight the nigga that's running the NetherRealm in the NetherRealm? Like, you can possibly do anything to him and then you get punished, bro. He telekinetically just that's gotta be a word. I don't, man, he grabbed this up, yo, and started contorting his whole body, bro. Again, bop at the start. What? Bro, he started turning this nigga into a Twizzler, bro. Bro looked like a Slinky up there. Somebody help him. So anyways, he tells Scorpion that he's going to send him to the Mortal Kombat tournament. And of course, Scorpion asks why. He's like, oh, because Sub-Zero is going to be there. And he's like, all right, what do you want? And he says, I want you to get this key. The key to releasing Shinnok. So now we got Scorpion on his way to Mortal Kombat. But before that, Johnny Cage, Shani, and Liu Kang meet up with Raiden. Now, you know this man Johnny is corny as hell on the ship, thinking that this whole thing is fake, that it's a movie. There is no acting about this. No stunt man. None of this shit is fake, Johnny. This is real life. He walking up to this, calling him Lord Raiden, talking about he's our Merlin and shit. Oh, this ain't no goddamn Lord of the Rings, ain't no game, this ain't Gandalf. This is Raiden. And he talking about he gonna protect Earthrealm. Wait, what? You need to protect them from them trash ass movies, Johnny. So they finally get to the banquet hall and the Mortal Kombat tournament is about to start. And Shang Tsung ass is there. Bro out here looking like a Shaolin Showdown antagonist. I hate this. So Scorpion's in the back, killing guards trying to sneak to get this goddamn amulet to break Shinnok out. And Kano shows up with Jax. Got this man punished. How did Jax show up and get punished like that? Bro, this trash ass. Yo, Sonya told you to wait for her, bro. Why did you go there? Oh, this nigga thought he was like that because he was black. Bro, you were not him. So they tell this man Jax that he can leave, but he has to get through Goro. Now, you know, I'm not passing this part without flaming it. Goro, please come here, bro. Oh my God, I've been waiting on you at the door, bro. I've been referencing you in hella videos. If you don't get your weird shaped ass the fuck out of here, or if you don't get your Ben 10 alien looking ass the fuck out of here, forearms, fake ass. Then you got this dumbass, slick ass ponytail. Bro got a whole horse tail hanging off the back of his head, bro. And then you got this sumo fit on. Where are your clothes at, nigga? Bro came out here in a cape thinking he was the champion. Bro got the whole crowd. Goro, Goro, Goro. And look at your weird ass fingers. Bro don't got 5, 4. No, he got 1, 2. He got 3 fingers. Big